We have here the short films of Yuri Norstein, new from Deaf Crocodile. Now, I have watched the previous 2 volumes of Soviet animations, and this was something I was eager to delve into. There wasn't any long-form animation here. It was all short tales following around the one artist, which I was really curious about to see his spanning career. And we have films from 1968 all the way up to 79, and you really get a kind of idea of his evolution. I love that just as a sort of snapshot of a career. And there are many films here, and they range from like 5 minutes up until nearly half an hour, and the varying degrees of interest or quality depending on what you like. What I was really interested with straight away was the way that the animation changed, the different forms that they used, the story they would tell, how often they would do dialogue-free animation that just highlighted it could be a small part of history that was applicable to or really spoke to the creator, or it could be something as wonderful as the hedgehog in the fog, which just was marvellous, and you just felt like it was something that everybody should see. This isn't fast, flashy effects type animation with full of slapstick gags. Instead, this is built on layers, on textures and time. It's handcrafted, it's created, it's curated, it's just wonderfully put together. You can see the time and effort gone into this. It isn't just rushed because they can. It's something that is, yes, to entertain, but also more in it as well. Could be an allegory, parable, could be a focus on a certain period of time, an influential moment in time. It takes these elements and with care and precision builds these wonderful visual tales round about it. Now, I mentioned my favourite short in this already, Hedgehog in the Fog. I want to focus on that as a little bit. I won't go through all of the films here because they're all kind of varying in degrees of enjoyment, but some of the ones that really spoke to me, really stood out. Hedgehog in the Fog was the main one.
Ну так уж и быть, цапля. Я беру тебя за себя. Слышь, сударыня цапля, я беру тебя за себя.
It's a simple tale, deceptively simple, of a hedgehog who is wandering through a mist-shrouded forest, and it's just exploring. It's got curiosity, it's got fear, it's enchanting. It's just wonderful, and this style that it's done in is just terrific. But it's the tale itself, it's the wandering hedgehog, it's seeing what it discovers as it explores, which is just terrific until that final moment, which is it just hammers home. And it is an incredibly short film, 11 minutes, and yet it's impactful. It's got a great message, it's got a wonderful style, and it tells its tale in a concise moment where the themes really hammer home. Beautifully done and absolutely wonderful. And it's the later stuff within this set that I enjoyed the most. Now, when we start at the beginning of 1968 and we have a look at the sort of films there, we've got the 25th, the first day. It's kind of more rigid. It's more just showing the animation style. You go to Seasons and Children in the Matches, and it's all kind of similar. But then it takes this change with the fox and the hare, and it tells that this, and then the heroine and the crane, and then the hedgehog in the fog, and it tells these 3 kind of tales where animals become the protagonists. And it seems to take on this other life. It seems to become vibrant and energetic and really fun, and giving me these wonderful characters in really fun situations, and just captured my imagination. This feels like the peak of the set for me, and something that was just truly wonderful. Then the sort of final 2 films in this set become a little bit more experimental, which I enjoyed as well. You've got The Day Before the Error, which I liked, but I'm going to focus more on The Tale of Tales, which was just incredible. It's not so much a plot, more just existence pushed together. It's a tapestry of memories. You're kind of watching a baby sleep. I think as it starts to dream, it starts to bring in all this different kind of visual style and all these kind of memories of past lives or whatever. It becomes something mesmeric, and this is the longest of the films. It's 29 minutes. I couldn't look away. I was marvelled at what I was seeing, of how things would focus on one subject matter and then suddenly just morph into something else, and it all tied together. And although it feels plotless, the images merge together so terrifically well that it actually creates a kind of wonderful fabric throughout it as it just weaves together. It's hard to describe because, like I said, it's not really a narrative here or a plot. It's more images that just meld together and work. But man, when it works, it's just fantastic. I absolutely love this one. The hedgehog in the fog just kind of spoke to me more. But again, it's another really interesting set. Let's dive into the disc and have a look at the extras. Here we are in the disc for Tales of Soviet Animation, Volume 3. Let's go to the extras. First up, we have commentary tracks by Michael Brook, which covers all of the films on this disc. Next, we have Nature, Texture and Patience, the Films of Yuri Norstein. This is 21 minutes. This is a visual essay by Evan Chester. It looks at Russian animator master Yuri Norstein and his short but hugely influential body of work, many made in collaboration with his wife Francesca Yarmbuzova. Now, this was fascinating, especially as I knew nothing about the man. Getting a context of what drove him, his passion for animation, his relationship with his wife was just fantastic. Finally, we have Yuri Norstein making The Overcoat, a fascinating feature documentary on Norstein's unfinished adaptation of Nikolai Gogol's The Overcoat, begun over a 40-year ago, but is still tantalisingly incomplete. Incredible. 108 minutes, you get to see the man working on his project, you get to see his interactions with people, the passion that's driving him forward. It's always fascinating to see something being worked on, but even something that wasn't completed, it's just completely fascinating and a wonderful extra on this disc. We also have a few essays within the 58-page booklet. We have Yuri Norstein's The Modernist Dreamscapes by Jennifer Lind Barker. We have The Basho from Elsewhere by John Adkins and The Films of Yuri Norstein by Walter Jaw. That's the extras for Tales of Soviet Animation Volume 3. So there we have it, the short films of Yuri Norstein. It's kind of hard to review 8 short films to really talk about them. I would say it's definitely worth checking out. It's definitely worth starting at the beginning and just spending an afternoon going through them all. They're all wonderfully different and expressive, very much creative, very much taking their time to show something really wonderful. And just, like I'm telling you, Tale of Tales and Hedgehog in the Fog are 2 things that you have to see in your life. Just amazing. I'd love to know your thoughts on this set. If you picked it up, let me know in the comment box below whether you loved it, hated it, or fell somewhere in the middle. As always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff in the description box, or links to Patreon, membership program, manvfilm.com, always, in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.